What's good, boys? Today I'm breaking down my exact trading plan that I'm going to start implementing to start securing payouts from prop firms and start making money from trading and become a profitable trader. I also want to talk about how recently I've broken a lot of my trading rules and how I haven't been following my trading plan. I think that I'm a perfect example of why not following your plan and breaking your rules leads to failure. Last month, I had a terrible month. I blew my funded account that I'd almost got a payout on, and then I blew multiple evaluations after that due to a number of reasons. So, today, I want to talk about my plan as to how I'm going to go forward from this and also some of the mistakes that I've been making that I want to fix. I want to take you guys a little bit back in time because a lot of you who follow me now have only found me in the last 3 weeks to a month. And I just want to take you guys back to February this year. And at the beginning of February, I really locked in on two things. One was journaling every single trade, and the second thing was using a flat 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio every single trade. And what happened? I had February, March, April, all green months. All three of them were green. I was trading with a flat 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and every week and every month I was coming out slightly more green than I was red. And then in May, I blew my funded account because I went on tilt and overtraded, over leveraged, over risked. And as a result of that, when I blew that account, my ego and greed got in the way of my entire system. And instead of just saying to myself, hey, I went on tilt, I made some big mistakes, and I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Instead of having that mentality, like I said, I let that ego and that greed influence my decision making. And instead of just following my plan, I changed my plan. I stopped trading with a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I stopped journaling every trade. I started completely rearranging the way that my strategy works. And what that just led to was just blowing more accounts and just having more continuous red days. And so I'm making this video to really just try and highlight how much not following your trading plan can ruin your trading results, because I've learnt this from firsthand experience. And I want to also make this video because I want to go back to that plan that I had that was working for me. And this is how I plan to become a profitable trader this year, and how I plan to start securing payouts is going back to that system that I was using because it was working. The fact that I had multiple green months trading with a very simple plan. I've made multiple videos talking about why 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio was working so well for me. I don't know what made me change from doing this. I think it was just me being pissed off about the fact that I had to start again on an evaluation, get funded again, and spend that time not making any money. There was just so many factors involved that I was so frustrated about the fact that I had to start again, and I wanted to change around my risk to reward ratio to start hopefully, banking more on each trade, making more money on each trade, and just rushing the process. And all that it has led me to is just more continuous losing streaks. So my plan here is to just go back to that 1-to-1 risk to reward and go back to the trading plan that I had previously to last month, because I know that system worked. And somewhere along the lines, I just got so caught up in the greed and the frustration and the anger about losing that account that I'd spent so long building up. That's why I changed my strategy, and that's why I changed my rules, and it didn't benefit me at all. I thought that it was going to benefit me. I thought that I was making progress, and like I feel like I convinced myself that because I stopped following my plan and I literally just broke my trading rules. Instead of it realizing that I was breaking my rules, I think that I tried to tell myself, and probably tell you guys as well, that I was just making refinements and I was just trying to cut losses. But that's not really what I was doing. I was just trying to catch bigger moves and just trying to make back those losses. And you guys all know that trying to get back losses quickly does not work. The only way you can get back your losses is if you continue following your plan and following your rules. So my biggest change that I'm making going forward from here is going back to my 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But something that I am going to change is every trade that I take and that I journal, which I'll journal every trade, is looking at, okay, let's say that this trade did hit my 1-to-1 and that's my TP. Where was the maximum amount of profit that I could have reached? So if I didn't take profit at a 1-to-1 here, could it have ran to a 1-to-2? Could it have ran to a 1-to-3? And then over time, I'll use that data to then find, okay, well, what's my actual ideal risk to reward ratio that I should be shooting for? Because the biggest thing with the 1-to-1s is it's not that it gives me a better hit rate, which it does, but it's just the psychology point of it is like, I just know that when I shoot for a 1-to-1, I just need to be right more often than I'm wrong, and that makes me profitable. And then that way I can just look at those trades and look at what I did wrong and why these certain trades were potentially losing, and also look at the winning trades and figure out what was making those trades win, and just try and cut out those losses and take more of those winners, and then I should get a 60 to 70% win rate, hopefully. My data with 1-to-1 trades at the moment is a 63% win rate, trading with a strict 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And since I started trading with varied risk to rewards and shooting for higher risk to rewards, I don't even know what my data is. It's a very low win rate and has not been working. So going forward from here, biggest change is my risk to reward ratio. Another change I'm making to my trading is taking less trades. There was a point recently where I was taking a trade every single day, and regardless of whether there was a good setup or not, I was always taking a trade. And you guys might have even noticed recently that I haven't been posting trade recaps every day because I haven't been taking trades every day. And to be honest, it's actually been way more relaxing. I think it's crazy that if you take less trades and you're more picky with your trades, it leads to more success. Because it's different than any other job in any other industry. There's basically nothing that you can do in terms of a job or making money where doing less makes you have better results. So it's a very hard thing to actually trade less because there's such a mental block there just from the way that I was brought up and the way that I've always perceived making money is like, you have to work more, you have to do more to make more money. And that's what makes it so hard to take less trades. But it's also a super freeing understanding. Like it's crazy. Like it's such an easy fix to do less. Like who wouldn't want to do less? But it's just applying that it's a lot harder to do than to say, you know. It's a lot easier said than done. Another change that I'm making to my trading plan is turning off my P&L and my max drawdown on my Top Step account while I'm trading, because when I'm taking trades and when I'm entering trades, especially if that trade is in drawdown or I take a loss, looking at that big number at the top left that's red showing how much I lost and how much like in drawdown I am, that really, really negatively affects my psychology. And at the end of the day, those numbers do not matter. They literally do not matter. Like, yeah, that's the whole point of trading, is to get those numbers green and make more profit. But in terms of actually following your plan and sticking to your rules, that number of drawdown does not matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn off, well, I've already done it, but I'm just going to turn off my maximum loss limit, my P&L, my open P&L. And so that way, when I'm taking trades, it's just, okay, am I executing on my plan here? And then if I lose that trade, I'll just journal the trade. And then maybe at the end of every week or the end of every month, I'll turn back on those numbers to look at the statistics and just gather a bit of information on where I'm at on the account. But frankly, it doesn't matter what those numbers look like. The amount of drawdown that I'm in, let's say I'm in $1,000 of drawdown, that shouldn't make a difference as to whether I enter a trade here or whether I don't enter a trade here. Or it shouldn't make a difference as to how much I'm going to risk on this trade. It should always just be set risk, set plan, execute. My risk going into this is just $250 risk per trade, which is actually super low for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I think I'd have to get like 12 consecutive winning trades to hit the profit target. But I'm just trying to take this one slow and just focus on the process. If I can end this month of June green, I might decide to slightly up that risk a little bit to speed up the process. But like I said, right now and recently, I've just been putting so much focus on the P&L of my account, and I just haven't been focusing on following my plan. And so I'm hoping that if I just turn off those numbers, that's just going to be one less thing to affect me psychologically, and in turn just help me keep on following my trading plan. So basically, to wrap it up, I know this wasn't super educational, but I hope it helps some of you guys. My plan going forward from the start of this month, I haven't taken any trades yet, is set 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, journal every single trade and what the potential profit would have been on that trade. Don't look at my P&L, and follow the plan, follow my exact trading plan every single day. And I am sure that if I do that, I will have so much more success, because I've done it before. I've been in this position, and I've just done exactly what I just said, and I've had success with it for an entire quarter. And recently I've just gotten completely in my head about things. I've been trying to change things around. I've been trying to learn new strategies. I've been listening to all of your guys' comments telling me about all of the different things you can change in your strategy. But I've come to the conclusion that the problem all along was me not following my own strategy and my own plan. So hopefully this is going to be a better month. And even if it's not a green month, I think that as long as I continue to follow this plan, even if it is a red month, I think it'll be way, way better than what last month was. Last month was horrendous. It was terrible. I broke my rules multiple times, like per week, and just overall did not follow my plan. So going forward from here, if you can gain anything from the video, it's just follow your trading plan, have a set trading plan, don't focus on the P&L, and do what has been working. So that's what I'm going to do. Stick around if you guys want to see how it goes. I'm convinced that by the end of this month, I'll be able to look back on it and think, hell yeah, bro, I had a green month. And even if I didn't, at least I will have learned some more lessons along the way. Thanks for watching, boys. Hope you all have a great trading month. And yeah, cheers for watching.